How you guys doing? I'm 482 Premium Tax. I'm joining you today with 482 Seiken, aka Big Boss. We're talking about the Susano'o changes. I guess I'll start by saying Susano'o is going to be stronger in the next game. I'm not sure if he's going to fight his way out of low tier, but he's going to be stronger. First things first, P2 is correspondent to attack level. This is great. Susan Drive buttons have terrible P2 in the current game. This is one word, and that word is damage. Like, for example, his drives are terrible. Like, for P2, like 5D has an attack level of 5, so it has like ridiculous block stun, ridiculous hit stun, but it has a P2 of 82. By comparison, my 2A has an attack level of 1 and a P1 of 100. P1 of 100, P2 of 85. 6D has a P1 of 90, a P2 of 79. This is really important, which is why like the big damage combos people do in the corner don't use a lot of drives. You have your unlocks first, and then you use a bunch of drives. Let's see. 6B has a bigger hitbox above and below. Jerry, Seiken, you mind jumping?
Yeah.
This shit is hard. I mean, this is hard to hit on jumping opponents because certain characters can whiff over it. Like if you just hold up and down.
Yeah.
Just gotta have a bigger hitbox above. And what's really important for this is when you're doing your combos or you're trying to do optimized combos, the whiffs, it's getting a bigger hitbox above. So if I was fighting someone who wasn't Izanami, I could do crush trigger into 6B. You can't do that on a lot of the cast. So now I have to do like real janky stuff like this to make stuff happen. I can finally use my optimized combos universally. This is just a great change. On top of that, it has less recovery. This will have less recovery. They're slightly reducing its damage, but like this is great for pressure. So if he's blocking, the recovery being better lets you get away with a lot more things. Overdrive rate becomes less good against you. And stuff like this becomes a lot easier.
But you can still get called out.
Of course you'll get called out, but it becomes easier to do it because it becomes faster. Yeah. And I don't know if this is going to make it more plus. Maybe I could take advantage of this.
I mean, they didn't say anything about reducing its attack level. So if the recovery gets decreased, I could imagine that makes the plus frames higher.
That's what I'm thinking, which is nice because this is plus, but if, it's instant block bait and you really can't get away with a lot of stuff if people are woke. So if this is more plus, that means I can finally like use my plus frames,
I think it'd be nice if it was still plus on instant block.
That would be great.
It's so easy to instant block, right? Like,
yeah.
So it'd be nice if it kept plus frames for instant blocking. Don't expect me to instant block it in net play trading, but
yeah, you're right. But this is just really good as a whole. 6B getting better, being able to pick up after 6B on all opponents instead of just half the cast. Optimize universal routes, guys. This is just, it seems that's what CF 2.0 is about. Making it so things are universal across the cast. Throw boxes being universal, all of it just being better. 6B also getting better lets me deal with spacing. Like, for example, Kokonoe, say you're playing neutral and you space Kokonoe, you're going to air dash, you want to go for a greedy punish where I'm going to 6B that JB from Kokonoe. JB's Kokonoe picks up the bottom of her hurt box. So there's whiffs underneath her even if she does it late, and I get punished. So yeah, I have to use 2C against her. So it's just a good change. They're making 2C jump cancel on the first hit instead of the second hit. This is by far my favorite change. Like right now, I can only jump cancel on the second hit. What this means is overdrive rate the first hit, my man.
All right. My bad. It's late.
They're too late.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll reset it. I'm gonna do a.
Too early.
I'm gonna do a string and I'll just OD on the. I'm stuck.
Yeah.
You did it too late, but yeah, I can't jump cancel that until the second hit hits or finishes.
Yeah, so that's a nice.
So this being cancelable before I jump cancel it is really good. When I'm fighting people in tournament or fighting like Doza or Stefan, they'll overdrive as soon as they see this button. They're like overdrive, and I'm dead because.
Yeah.
But it being able to be canceled on the first hit of 2C is really good, and you being able to. This will also like change up like combos. So say I get a counter hit 2C, do jump and hit a button. I can always cancel the first hit in the 6C, but this will allow like different routes from jump cancel and different pressure routes. Because instead of me waiting for 2C to do stuff, I can do first hit into something. It's a lot faster, you know. 3C has less P2. This is actually like not a big change because we're getting higher P2 across the board. But this is one of the few buttons that I have that Susano'o has that has a higher P2 than its P1. It currently has a P1 of 90 and a P2 of 92. So nothing really changes. Maybe we'll get less sword loop damage. Maybe we'll get less sword loop damage, but I don't know. It's not a big change. It's not a big deal because this becomes better, this becomes better, that becomes better. Let's see. They changed forward throw. So currently forward throw is weird. It sends you way up high and then you land in front of you. What they're doing is it has less hit stop, it launches lower. Less hit stop, launches lower, and I think them changing this might like change up the routes, but it'll make like routes I do a lot easier to time. Again, that's another problem with 6B. I'm supposed to be able to pick up after that, but I can't yet. So like you'll see people try to do like real fancy stuff, like.
And it'll just make it more consistent.
It'll make it more consistent because like timing this is tough, and on some characters it just don't work. But it's just rough.
Yeah.
So like you'll see like a lot of Susano'os not want to drop anything, so do something whack like this, which sucks when you want to do optimized stuff. And Izanami is the perfect example of most things just not working on her or being hard to time because her hurt box is so small.
Yeah. I definitely think this is a matchup that'll probably get better.
Definitely. Another thing that's going on is they buff DP. His DP is terrible, guys. Like this thing is, by the way,
doesn't
FYI,
have like dead zones
right above my head. Just float right above my head. It is a dead zone right above my head. You'll see people like jump, and it won't be able to do it. So like Ragan will be doing stuff in the corner, and he'll do a fake safe jump. It'll just jump right above my head, and I won't be able to do something. Like, just knock me down. And I'm gonna try to wake up with DP.
I was trying to do like a fake safe jump. Okay.
He crossed me up.
This is a weird character to try and do that with.
Oh, look.
The invuln on it. That's one of the changes.
It's getting increased. The invuln is getting increased.
So that
like the invuln's at the very beginning, so that would just happen. Won't happen again. They're also making this more active, and they're increasing the hit and hurt box on it.
I mean, that's a fair trade, though. You know, like increasing the hurt box but making it more active.
Yeah, that's really good. I need that. Like, I need this to be bigger. Let's see. Sword has a bigger backwards hitbox, which means let's see. That'll combo.
That won't happen.
So like that'll pick back up. And this one very specific things pick up. Get above my head again. That'll pick up instead of going away. Let's see. That's okay. They're making Inevitable Calamity, good old hands, better. They're making it faster.
Oh, so I can start up.
Yeah, which means I can finally use it as a tool against projectiles because it blows up every projectile. It's just slow.
Oh.
It completely blows up supers, man. Like it's real good. It's just hard to use. It just beats projectiles.
I didn't know that.
So we'll finally have a tool because currently this isn't projectile invincible. This ain't projectile invincible. The explosion of level 2 blows up projectiles. That's about it. And the Caribou 6A. That's about all I have.
You can't cut projectiles with the sword?
No.
Really? That's
disappointing. It does not. I'm not actually Hakumen.
Dang, that's disappointing.
I'm not Hakumen, man. I wish I was. By the way, fun fact, Hakumen cuts my DP. If Hakumen meets me with a sword button, it creates a black circle and I get hit and he gets a combo.
So you got the old Tsubaki DP problem.
Pretty much. Oh yeah, and one of my favorite changes they put in the game that's coming here again that isn't 6B getting better and 2C being cancelable is they make this super, the moves don't whiff anymore. So like if you catch this like off a juggle, you don't get all your unlocks in the combo. You just don't get all your unlocks. Some of them whiff in the middle of the super, and the minimum damage scaling's going up as well, which means after a long combo, it'll do more. And like if I do like a longer combo, this is maybe gonna do like 4.3, maybe.
Yeah, it'll do more than that.
4.5.
So it might do like 5K.
It might do 5K, but what? Charge Crush Trigger? Do it again. I'm gonna do this. What? I'm messing up. What am I doing?
You're choking. Oh man,
this is finally going to
I ever saw you do ever.
This is actually probably going to kill. So instead of 7.4 or 7.7 if you have active flow, that combo will probably do like 8 or 9K in the next game. So like he'll get more damage. I can finally have like Kagura Bullet Fear. You know, and that would be nice. And like his neutral isn't terrible. Like, yeah, not being able to micro dash sucks. Not being able to easily dash out the corner sucks. But being able to have a DP that functions, being able to have a super that functions, and not have to wait for Sword Super, because even though Sword Super does less damage than Strike at a Possessed God, I use it at the end of long combos because the minimum damage is just godlike. It's better. And that's about it. Also, like, Strike at a Possessed God, this super is terrible without unlocks. Like, you think it's awesome because I have unlocks, but let me reset this without character settings. So reset and put them in the corner and do like
what?
It only does like 2400 raw with just one unlock, but with two unlocks, 2,500. This move sucks, and I don't have access to Sword Super. And when I overdrive, I don't have access to Sword Super. You don't have access to Sword, and I get nothing out of overdrive. Like hopefully in the load test they give him something. So if you do strike a possessed god while in overdrive, he gets the full animation.
Everything, yeah. That makes
instead
sense.
of nothing. Like he still needs more, guys. He's not out of the shadows, but it's definitely better next game.
Cool. Anything else to add?
Oh yeah, and the last thing that pisses me off. They have not given him any lows. Not a low. No additional lows. Without unlocks, that's my only low. And this is my only low. And those are slow and they suck. We need lows. They make this a low, that man going to mid tier. That's all I'm saying. Make that a low. And that's it.
Alright. Well, that's been Susano'o, guys. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you on the next one.